Hello children. Let's continue with the chapter Rational Numbers of Standard 8th. In the last video, you have studied about certain properties of rational numbers. They were closure property, commutative property, and associative property. Now let's continue with it. We are moving to the next property, that is distributive property of multiplication over addition. We are going to study about the distributive property of multiplication over subtraction also. So let's begin with the first one, that is distributive property of multiplication over addition. Now, for any rational number a, b and c, we can say that a multiplied by bracket starts b plus c bracket complete equal to a multiplied by b plus a multiplied by c. So this is known as distributive property. Here on the left hand side it is a which is multiplied by the entire bracket that has b plus c. So a is initially multiplied by b, it is also multiplied by c, and in between the plus sign is put. This is known as distributive property of multiplication over addition. This property has ample use and helps us to simplify many of the problems. We have such things in our exercises. We'll be discussing that later on. Here we have taken an example. Here the three rational numbers which we have considered, they are 1 by 2, 3 by 2, 4 by 7. You can choose your own numbers. Now children, they are substituted in place of a, b and c. Here a was 1 by 2, b was 3 by 2 and c it is 4 by 7. So substitute it in their particular places and try to solve the LHS and RHS separately. You will see that you come to the same solution, and it proves the distributive property of multiplication over addition. Let's move to the same property over subtraction. Here the basic difference is inside the bracket it's a minus sign. The rest all is similar. So for any rational number ABC, we can say that a multiplied by b minus c equal to a multiplied by b minus a multiplied by c. So a is first multiplied by b and by c then with a minus sign which is in between. Again one example is put up over here. You substitute the value. It is already being shown here on the screen. So if again you solve the LHS and RHS separately, you will get them to be equal. So this is all about distributive property. Let's move to more properties. The next, negative, or it is also known as additive inverse. Additive means we are adding something. Inverse, the opposite of it. So for any rational number a, its additive inverse is minus a, because a plus minus a, or the other way, it is equal to 0. When you add these two numbers, final answer is 0. That means they are opposite of each other. Now one example is taken. For any rational number 5 by 6, its additive inverse will be simply minus 5 by 6, because when you add these, you will get the answer as 0. Next, additive identity. So there is a difference. That last one was additive inverse. This is additive identity. Identity is something that is same. So a number which when added to the given number, if we get the same answer, we get the same number as the answer, that is known as additive identity. Here the additive identity is 0, because you add 0 to any number you get the number itself. That is what we call identity. So additive identity is nothing but the number 0. That is why it is written here a plus 0 equal to 0 plus a, which is equal to a. We have taken an example, a rational number minus 7 by 8. You just add 0 to it, you get the same number. Let's move to the next one. It is reciprocal or multiplicative inverse. That's two names for the same thing. So for any rational number a by b, its multiplicative inverse will be b by a. We call it reciprocal also. Why it is called multiplicative inverse? Because when we multiply these two, we get the answer as 1. Okay? So a upon b multiplied by b upon a will give you 1 as the answer. One example is shown here. You can just go through the example. It's very easy. So 5 by 6 and 6 by 5 are the multiplicative inverse of each other. The last one, multiplicative identity. Now the number 1 when multiplied by any number gives the same number. So 1 becomes the multiplicative identity. It gives the number itself. So identity word is used. So a multiplied by 1 equal to 1 multiplied by a, which is equal to a. An example is being flashed over there. It's quite easy to understand. Now we are done with all the properties. Study them in the next video. We'll be starting with the exercise. Thank you for now.